Gonna wait till we have a few more viewers on here. It's great, we already got 7. Well, perfect, we can start going. So hi everybody. You know, I was actually urged, was by somebody that is close to me, and shared that they knew that I had some information that was taken back approximately 2 years ago. And this information I don't share with anybody except for those that are really, really close to me. And I really believe, and I was just reviewing it before I even logged on today. And one of the things is I never really knew what the information was about, but as we come into this election season, and it's just been, I know everybody's been, whatever your emotions are, wherever it is on that scale, whatever corner you're in, or even if you don't have a corner, that's okay with me. I'm not here to talk about sides or corners. However, I am here to share just a little bit of what is the title says tonight about channeled wisdom. And this guidance or wisdom, and believe it or not, this is, whether you believe this or not, but this stuff was taken back. One of the channel readings was done with Abraham Lincoln. It was done on back in 2013. And then another one we'll talk about a little bit is where I talk with John F. Kennedy, so where we got some information. And it's really more just some guidance, and I really didn't even know what it was pertaining to, or whatever the case is. But now, as I reflect back on it, it seems that it ties more in and seems more fitting in today. And wherever it falls within your life, the thing that I would share is that it's just staying open and just really disseminating any information that you receive and just how it feels on your heart, okay? So again, I'm not here to talk about sides or parties or any of that stuff. I'm not going to promote anybody or talk about anything like that. However, it's just about some, I would say, more heartfelt or heart energy stuff. And I'm just going to let you, I think we can change this. Let me just see my background. So here we go. Here's my desk. And if you come up here, so Tuesday, 17 December 2013, and my writing's very sloppy, excuse me, by Abraham Lincoln, just so you guys can see. Abe. And I just thought it'd be interesting to start with him, so it was interesting. Because he's the first one in my journal, and he shares, and I'm just going to read this verbatim as I have it. Let their hearts be free, no man shall be enslaved, if not by only his free will. Let them come travel by foot, by air, on wings of an angel, but they will traverse the great distance to seek the truth. If not for them, then for others, bring about justice and forgiveness. Man cannot begin to fathom the thunder his hatred has brought. Slowly we need to erase this thought and unify in oneness that has not been seen. We are all beings in a divisional nature. Be he the sinner, the believer, the skeptic, the minister, the shopkeeper, or the banker, all will see. Many have tried the road of truth and justice just to be diverted. This is not the end, but only the beginning. More wars to wage, money to make, and egos to please will come and go, but a time of healing will prevail over all. Live not in despair. This is a time of turmoil, and rejoice, lift up, or not a time of turmoil, but rejoice and lift up your voice, and be not downtrodden. There is much to do. So, back then I was like, why am I even getting stuff by Abraham Lincoln? Just like probably most of you, it's like, what you probably learned in high school. I'm not a, I do like history, but it's not, I don't live in the past. And it's not that I idolize Abraham Lincoln, even though he was, from all accounts, a very honorable man. So it's very interesting. But, the biggest thing that I get with this is not, really staying in a heart-centered place and staying true to your values, regardless of what they are. And I just, I started yapping here, and everybody was so great to, I'm just reading some of the comments. Okay. All right. Nice comment. All right, Tara. They might, I sense some, maybe a disturbance in the force or two, if you will. So, on the other one I wanted to share, this one, and I'm going to switch this around too. I'm not the... Okay, so this is the second entry. And this was on Friday, January 24th, 2014. So John F. Kennedy, right? Chat around. All right. So this was... So as he shares that day, as I took his message, as he shares, a secret any one man's success and ability is in one's mind. The thought and actions will bring forth what is sought, maybe not what one wanted, but what one is being asked for, or but what is being asked for. And I have to apologize. I can't even read my own handwriting because. You have to understand, if any of you have ever done automatic writing or something similar, sometimes your handwriting will change, or maybe be, like mine, is very is not neat to begin with, and it gets even sloppier when I do automatic handwriting. Your time is coming soon. The tidal wave of change will consume. Some will fear and flee and run. But no mountains nor caves nor amount of distance can outrun the change that is coming. And that is in a good tone. That as far as change, that is a good thing. Okay? So I don't want you to think that it's a tidal wave in a literal sense. Okay? Let's see. Lost my place here. Okay. Secrets will be revealed. Political parties will merge. Some will waver on the brink of collapse. Fear not, this is beginning to change. Embrace it. Money status will not mean anything. Those that command an awareness of that which is going on around them will be the ones who will prevail and prosper. Okay? And at that time, of course, going back looking at the date, that was 2014, and the dates that I received says 2016 and 2018 are the great stepping stones of the beginning of the great shift. So depending on, we have really been in tremendous amounts of shifting for many years. However, from what I'm understanding, it's more of a quickening, if you will, and you'll start seeing some of those manifestations of what we've already been waiting for, if you will, for all those years. So it's interesting. The 16th and the 35th president of the United States. It's interesting. One of the things too, and it was a side note in there, but JFK. And I again with JFK. What did he pass away in, around 1963? And I remember just reading through that just recently because I had written on the side, he mentioned something about his stillborn daughter. Now, I have never done any research on JFK. All I know is that, he did serve in the Navy. I know that he had a military service and all that great stuff, but like I say, I don't research these guys. I just got the information. So it was interesting, but I was very guarded with the information. It's interesting in my little channel journal, as you can see. But because I never knew what it meant or why I had it. And I really feel that it was meant to share. And now on the eve, I believe it's the second debate, right? Not that I don't have TV, so I don't follow the debate. Of course, on social media we hear all the frustration, if you will, and all the discussion, just the emotion of that is. But we wanted to disconnect, and that's a thing that I wanted to bring, is that disconnect from that that non-heartfelt energy, and share a little bit of wisdom, if you will, and get back to that heart-centered piece. And that's the thing that I would share. Just the only thing that I'm going to share is for that piece when it comes to election. Really connect to what your heart's guiding you to do, and really stay heart-centered through all of it. That's the biggest thing, because as far as trying to do have a very present or forcing presence to get others to think the same way that you do, or anything else, it doesn't matter what the tactic is that it just won't last. It might work for a while, but it just won't last for a long time. So the thing that I'm sharing is just, it's really about more empowerment and staying heartfelt. So we'll accomplish more that way. So, and it's about empowering and spreading that love. So love will conquer everything, as the old saying goes. Really quick, I wanted to talk about all the awesome people that were at Paracon this past weekend, or this weekend. I mean, holy cow, there were so many awesome people. If you weren't there, you missed it. In fact, I heard a couple of people say this was like the best year ever. And I gotta say, Friday was a little bit slower, but Saturday was off the hook. And I gotta say, crazy readings. I was even getting freaked out doing my own readings. I'm like, you're freaking me out. that's something, freaking the medium out. So one thing I want to do is a little shout out, and I hope she's listening tonight, is Cammie's mom. She would know who she is, the lady with the stuffed Scooby-Doo dog. If you can contact me, I would like to get a hold of you again, and need to discuss a few more things. So your story is very pivotal, and it will help so many. So I really need to talk to you to see if we can share that. So I'm very much I'm not going to share your story or the details of that prior to talking to you, but Nicole, Ottawa. Oh, I'd love to come to Ottawa. So thanks, Nicole. So, all right. So yes, Paracon was absolutely awesome. They had all the great ghost hunters like they do every year, and all the other great paranormal teams. I thought I saw. I'm scrolling here, so, and saw Ben. Yes, Ben. See ya. And it was great seeing you guys. So, Unveiled Paranormal, great organization up in Grand Forks. Minnesota Ghost Box, if I'm pronounced, Cat Paranormal, Palmer House, to name a few. Geez, the list can go on and on and on and on. I mean, actually, if you were there, you know, but there was 2 full rooms of vendors, and then, of course, vendors out in the hallway. Every year, new vendors, so it's a great time. So if you've never gone, I really urge you to at least try to get to one. It's really a good time. So there's something for everybody. So it's always, and I even enjoy taking a break and going around just to, visit with new friends and old friends, but also just to see what they have. So I'm just excited as well to go around. So, I thought it would be fun to do some really quick late night. Well, for me, it's kind of late night after a long weekend of doing readings. It was just kind of, you see me in the little bison cap, go Bisons, right? The thing is that just kind of some downtime. But I thought it would be fun to jump on tonight, talk about that, but also do maybe some quick readings. And I'm just looking around for a pencil. So if you guys, well, thanks, Nicole. If you guys got a quick question, you can ask a question, and I will answer it. And if you got any questions for me personally too, oh, thanks, Patty. So if you got any questions for me directly too, you can certainly ask that. How was Paracon? Sing. Thanks. If you guys don't know, I'm going to give Sing a quick plug too. Whispers in the Night podcast. Paracon was awesome. It was just great. I believe everybody there just had a tremendous time. Now, Shelly. Okay, who's going to be present? I see you. Ha ha ha. Okay. So, even if I did get that, I wouldn't really even share that. So, not even going there. So, good try. Where is Paracon? Shooting Star Casino, Mahnomen, Minnesota. Okay, approximately a little over an hour from Fargo. Okay. So, if you haven't checked out Sing's podcast, Whisper in the Night, go over and check it out. And Sing, I believe that's whispersinthenight.com. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then also you can get there too I posted a link for part 1 of the interview that Sing did with me. So you can find it on my Facebook page. And you can get there that way too. So, okay. So, Nicole asks, how can I see if my brother and my dad is with me? A really easy, easy one for a lot of folks, Nicole, is ask for a sign of validation from your dad or from your brother or both. Something that means something very personal to you. So I'm just going to use the example of blue butterfly. So if you're like, geez, Dad, I'm kind of missing you today. Can you show me a blue butterfly? And then be open to how you receive that. It can show up on a billboard, or it can be screen printed on a shirt, or it can be on a hat. However, it could be on a postcard, anything. So just be really. So Jody, any insight to what's causing the issue I have with my eye? So Jody, one of the first questions I would ask is it feels like it's almost kind of behind or kind of twitchy, and also like a kind of foggy. If I'm understanding correctly, what I'm getting from it is, what aren't you willing to look at? Okay, what aren't you looking at? There's something that's almost like and excuse the pun, but it's like, what are you turning a blind eye to? Okay. Can you tell me who has been sending the smoke cell? Ooh. Tara, is that the wood smoke? Okay. Oh, perfect. All right. Thanks, Sing. So Sing's posted his little link down there, so you can check out the podcast. Got some awesome interviews, so things there too. So perfect. Cigarette. The thing, Tara, it feels like an older lady to me. It feels like it's on your mother's side. So very interesting. Very no-nonsense lady. Okay. She's in time. Okay. Shelley talks. My granddaughter is always saying that she sees and talks to people that have died in our, I'm understanding, home, and she's only 4. Absolutely, Shelley. You know, that's the thing. I think we talked about it last time that we're on here talking, is that kids are very intuitive. You know, they can see beyond the veil. It's just like second nature to them. Okay, so yes, that's very common. That's a common theme. Is somebody guiding a couple, family members through some major medical issues? Wendy, you know, one of the biggest things that I feel is that they got a lot of angels around whoever's having the medical issues. So you got a lot of angels guiding that too, but a lot of loved ones, okay? So, yeah, you bet, Sing. Not a problem. How do I know that she really is? It's weird. She knows a lot. Here's the thing. You know, that's a great question, Shelley. How do I know that how do I know that my granddaughter that is 4 really is seeing people that are deceased, right? And, you know, well, number one, she could probably bring forward validation of people that she's never met that's passed prior to her. So one thing, Shelley, that you can do is going to probably be opening up an old picture book or scrapbook or whatever you have, and you might hear, well, Grandma, this, you know, I know this, I've seen this lady, she comes to my room, or she doesn't look like this anymore, she might look younger, or him or her or whatever she refers to. She might refer to dates, places, whatever. And think of it the same way as, you know, like a medium, but she's getting clear, undiluted information from the other side. And it's just a normal thing, saying there's like if you were physically here in this room right now and saying, well, I'm just describing who's sitting here, sometimes it's about you having the faith that, you know, she's experiencing what she's experiencing. So, okay. Okay, Susan asks, hey Dean, wondering what you're thinking about spirit when you sensed at her home when you were here. I got it was my mom's real dad. I even got a name when I was meditating. Awesome. Okay, so Susan, I don't even remember. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Susan, are we talking about just recently? So and I just apologize. So I'm trying to, just recently where I came to do a cleansing of your home. Because I'm a little confused there as far as, a lot of times I forget my sessions. That's how it works with me. I don't really even have Sarah, I'm going to clear something tomorrow. And I know it's very dark. I was told I couldn't sage. Something else. Yeah. So the thing that I'm getting, Sarah, is you can, instead of doing sage, I would go with the route of Palo Santo wood. For whatever reason, it feels like it's holding a little bit higher vibration. And also the Arcturians. Okay, so I'm gonna, So can you read that? It's probably backwards. Arcturians. So anyways, need to look those up, but that's also something because I know Sarah, and I know that you work with angels a lot, doing what you do, but I think what you're working with, what feels to me is it's outside the realm of angels, okay? And obviously you know it's dark, but where the angels will only be able to do so much. So you need to really research Arcturians, okay? And you need to ask them to step in, okay, as well, and help, okay? And then also a crystal grid would work for you too. I don't think I believe this. Okay, great, Hannah. It's not my job to try to prove or disprove anything. So, Shelly, good idea. Thanks. Let's see. Wendy, how do we know those passed are okay? Ask for signs of validation and really open yourself up. Okay? So, because here's the thing, Wendy, is that you could go to 50 mediums. You could go to, it doesn't matter who you went to, and they could give you all the validation in the world. And that goes with anybody else. But if you don't believe at some level, then it's all for nothing. So you might as well save your money. But you have to have a level of faith at some level there. But and sometimes that's hard, and that's okay. So I think a cat spirit that once lived in my house woke my husband and I up this morning. What do you get for that? You know, Carla, excellent. You know, just because we're usually focusing on the human aspect of a spirit, right? Those are animals. Spirits can hang around as well. So know that. So yes, very good. So when are you teaching your intuition class and where? Thank you, Tara, for bringing that up. Great reminder. So this weekend, okay, Friday, I am doing I got this beautiful group of great people in Rugby, North Dakota coming together. And if you haven't joined, join. I'm going to do a public gallery at the Cobblestone Inn. So you can find the link if you're interested in that on my Facebook site. Then on Saturday, we're doing a full day intensive intuitive university. And so that's where we're going to help develop and enhance your intuition wherever you are in your journey. Okay? So you might have just started, you don't even have a clue, you might have to look in Webster's dictionary. What is even intuition? How do you even say it, right? Or maybe you've been, trying to hone your gifts. So the thing is that we're going to have a lot of fun, a lot of hands-on. There's going to be a lot of discussion, but there's going to be a lot of exercises. And then also, the cool thing is that I also wanted to, because intuition is a muscle you need to flex, everybody that comes to class will be enrolled into a private Facebook group for 1 month, okay? So, and then we will continue a private Facebook group class, if you will, and where I will put exercises on there, and then we'll touch base. And it's basically where you get me for an additional month for free for coaching. So if you're having problems or things come up while you're developing, you can touch base right through there. So how cool is that? So check it out. The links are on my business page here. So, okay. You bet, Sarah. So, Breck, my son and daughter passed when they were babies. I'm sorry to hear that. I just want to know they're okay. You know, the biggest thing, Breck, is that I get that they are. You know, it's interesting when I read the words son and daughter, and a lot of times when I'm just looking for energy versus connecting to the spirit themselves, I just kind of look at where it lights up, and I just see it light up all around you. So I know for certain that your son and your daughter are in a great place. So know that they're in heaven. So they're in a great place, okay? So Sarah, do you have any advice for guiding children who have intuitive abilities? My daughter recently gave me a message from my mother who passed over. I was shocked because she was so accurate. Absolutely. My first question, Sarah, is, how old's your daughter? It's interesting because how you interact with your children, obviously, just like you would anything else, is going to be based upon age. But first and foremost is to be very honest and open with them. Especially kids now, they're so sensitive. They can pick up so quick when you are not being honest. Okay, so if you're not being open, well, she's 11. So yeah, she already knows that if you're like BSing or not. So come out and be forthright with things. You know, and if you're not sure how to explain what's going on, say that. And, you don't have to come up with answers just because you're short on words, saying I don't know how to explain this. But the thing is too is if you believe that, or if you feel, I should say more accurately, if you feel, and even more importantly, that she feels that she would like to uh, let those abilities blossom, then it's always fun to just start to play with their intuition. So through different exercises, as far as what I call games, if you will, for lack of a better word, trying to guess the color of somebody's shirt that they'll be wearing that they're going to meet that day, or how many people will be at a birthday party, or whatever the thing is you're flexing your intuitive muscles, and it's just learning how to read energy, and over time it will get quicker. But yes, kids nowadays are very intuitive. So there's a lot of great books out there, raising, was it Crystal Children and Rainbow Children and all that. So if she resonates, or you resonate, as the parent as well, if there's a teacher out there or a book or something that maybe you both want to look into, because I know it can be a challenge, and we have a 10-year-old that very extremely intuitive. It can be a challenge. I completely agree with you. So maybe somebody that can meet at her wavelength, that can get to her. So I need to help these dreams. Again, it's more than once I see death that will happen, and it does. Same way as deja vu. Just reading, and then okay, no food, black wolf attacks. Okay. So, Nicole, I don't do dream interpretation, okay? However, if you're talking about precognition, talking about deja vu, all that great stuff, so we're talking about past life, a lot of stuff, if you have never done a past life, review, or gone back and looked into that, then I would urge you first and foremost to do that. It sounds like that it kind of feels like there might be something that's coming up from a past life. But precognition, just know that it's some ability. So sometimes a lot of folks that start, see a lot of death, start seeing it as a curse. But when we see it from a different aspect, but give it, I would say 6 to 8 months, and I see it changing for you. Okay? But I would do some more checking on past life regression, it's called, and also get more of I read more about reading that, I would say more Native American totem animals, and also past life stuff. So I think that will give you some clarification. Okay. All right. Well, I just want to close it out for tonight. I just want to thank everybody for joining me tonight. I really want to thank everybody as well for coming out to Paracon. It was an awesome weekend. Can't say enough. I still got goosebumps from the weekend. It was so fun. As you go forward tonight, just take a nice deep breath, stay heart-centered through all of this stuff as we get through into November, and make some pivotal changes as we go forward into the new year. So a lot of big changes, my friends. So, all right. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Bye-bye.